Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Arbuckle. Welcome back to another video. So today I wanted to share with you guys some awesome tips and tricks for flanking on Black Ops 3. There's a lot of different things that I wanted to point out that'll hopefully help you guys become better flankers and get up behind people and get those kills from behind. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about is staying away from teammates to run the opposite direction. Now this is something that sounds extremely obvious, but when it comes to flanking, you really have to pay attention to where your teammates are dying. For example, you might have most of your team on the other side of the map, but if one guy is on the same side you are and he runs into the spawn and gets killed, you're not going to be able to flank right there because that's this location where the enemy is expecting someone to come from. So you're not going to be able to flank regardless of how many people are there. Now it's best to stay away from teammates as much as you can because, you know, if there's a lot of action going on one side of the map, that's generally where people are going to tend to gravitate towards. So it makes it easier for you to get up behind them. But pay attention to where not only the enemy team is, but where your team is, because it's going to play a huge factor when it comes to getting a successful flank. The second thing I want to talk about is don't cut corners. Take the longest route. Now, a lot of people are really good at flanking, but they cut corners. They'll go on the side of the map that no one is, but they'll take a shortcut because it's a little bit quicker, and I want to get there as fast as possible so I can kill all these people. But it always ends up going wrong because there's always that one jerk-off that's hiding somewhere in the spawn waiting for someone to flank. So don't take any shortcut. Take the longest routes. Try not to cut toward the middle. Try to go all the way around. I know you might have to run around a couple extra buildings or vehicles or obstacles, but I promise it's going to be worth it when you can come up behind everyone with a silencer. No one's going to expect you to be there. The next thing is to flank at the start of a game or at the beginning of a round. That is your best opportunity at getting a good flank, is at the very start of the game or the very start of another round. Anywhere in between, it's kind of just a toss-up depending on where the spawns are and depending on what's going on in the game itself. At the beginning of the game, you know exactly where the enemy team is going to be, so it makes it a lot easier to figure out which path you want to take to get behind them. Same with the start of a round. Makes it a lot easier to pay attention and know exactly what moves you're going to make. The next thing is to don't push too hard. Don't go up against the entire team. And this is something that happens after you've gotten a successful flank. So once you push into their spawn and you start killing them, don't push too far. Because a lot of times you'll come up behind them and you'll kill like 3 or 4 guys. You'll be happy you got an awesome flank. And then you're going to keep pushing to where they're at. And then they're all going to spawn there and they're all going to know exactly where you're at because you just killed all of them. And the chances of you going up against 4 people that aren't looking at you may be good. Going up against those same 4 people that know exactly where you are not going to work in your favor. So don't push too hard. If you do get a successful flank and you kill a bunch of them, run right back into your spawn. Just turn around and go the opposite way, reset, do a different maneuver, either start playing normal again or try to get another flank. But just don't push too hard. You don't want to put yourself in a situation to where you're taking on the entire team. I want to go over a quick class setup with you guys real quick that'll hopefully help you guys when trying to get good flanks. I recommend running a submachine gun. Myself, I enjoy using the Kuda, so I'm using the Kuda. The attachments that I recommend using are quick draw, stock, and silencer. I think silencer is probably the most important. Obviously, we're trying to be quiet. We're trying to come up behind people. We don't want to come up behind a group of like 4 people and without a silencer and shoot one and the rest turn around and kill us. So we don't want them to hear that their teammate is dying. So we want to run silencer and we're going to run quick draw and stock just because it's a little bit quicker. We're able to maneuver a lot easier with quick draw and stock in the game. And then the perks that I recommend running are Ghost, Tracker, Blast Suppressor, and Dead Silence. By the sound of all of them, it's pretty obvious that we are flanking or trying to stay at least off the radar. Ghost will keep us that way. Tracker is really helpful because, again, we are flanking. We are trying to find people as we come up behind them. So Tracker will make it really easy because we'll know exactly where they're at. And then again, Blast Suppressor and Dead Silence to help us keep quiet while we're running into the spawn. So that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Hopefully you'll be able to use some of these flanking tips to get some awesome flanks in Black Ops 3. If you guys do have any questions or concerns, make sure to leave comments down below. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see all you guys in the next